And the award for global growth goes to Willowglen Systems. We would like to congratulate Willowglen on this well-earned recognition.
Thank you very much. I'm very, very pleased to be recognized. First, I'd like to thank MNP for sponsoring the event, this category. It's so important for Alberta as our export strength. Also like to congratulate our fellow finalists. If you haven't taken a moment, you should really look at the bios of some of the companies that are exporting from Alberta. It's really quite fun to watch. I've watched DriveWise, Doug, I've watched your company growing through the years. It's been so much fun to watch on things like that. And then, of course, I'd like to thank the Willowglen team that's helped us grow to be a company that's now exported across 5 countries, you know, with huge export statistics behind that and customer growth on that. So thank you very much.
Well, congratulations. And it's interesting that you talk about reading the bios. I was reading up on your company, and your technology helps move 3 billion metro rail passengers a year. It's just massive. So tell us about choosing to maintain your company base here in Edmonton, even as you grow your global reach.
So yeah, we support companies all over the world, and we work in a space that's the mission critical parts of things. Metro systems, power grids, pipelines, things like that that cannot break. And so it's we're often asked why, you know, out of Edmonton, why not in some major center? But the flip side of it is the technology sector of Alberta is really strong, and we can operate all over the world. You know, and what's better is because of the diverse workforce that we have in Alberta, it allows us to identify and reach into those other sectors and give that extra little personal touch and understanding of what's going on in that space. I would put teams out of Alberta universities up against best in the world anywhere. And that includes the Silicon Valleys of the world and places like that. And so, yeah, Alberta is a great place to build technology sectors. Knowledge-based industries is the 3rd largest driver of our GDP right now. And it is certainly the space that has the most potential for rapid growth in the province. So Alberta is a pretty good place to be doing this.
It's interesting that you say that, because we talk a lot about economic diversification, and we talk about the growth of tech and AI and how we're going to compete on a global scale and where our edge is going to be. With your experience, what do you see as the next frontiers for the sector? Where's the next place where we can really grow and make a difference competitively?
Well, as you mentioned, Alberta's got some true bench strength coming out of our university, which is kind of the kindling, if you will, for innovation and innovative companies. You know, the University of Alberta in particular is ranked in the top 3 in the world in machine learning technologies, behind Carnegie Mellon, but ahead of universities like Stanford and places like that. And so for sure, knowledge-based sorts of systems, things like that are definitely growth areas. But what I would highlight, I think, is technologies that get a chance to kind of, you know, put the seeds in our backyard, learn how to shake them out, solve real problems, you know, here at home, but then turn those into international markets. And it's not just we have to be oil and gas companies, but problems that we start in some of our resident early adopter types of places can be then morphed into other types of technologies. So Willowglen started in the oil and gas space, but we used that technology we developed there, as you say, to drive now, we're actually up to 3.7 billion passenger journeys per year around the world on 5 continents, including every province in China right now and places like that. We control the energy supply for the entire country of Singapore. Those technologies started with a root in Alberta, you know, solving real hard problems in Alberta, but then taking those technologies into other places. So, you know, in terms of where Alberta can grow, I think the 2 answers are look to where our universities are strong, places like nanotechnology and lots of those types of sciences. Look to where we can find early adopter customers in Alberta that have really hard problems to solve and need hard problems to be solved. And then look to those technologies to morph into world markets.
All right, thank you very much. And thank you for correcting my number. I was off by 0.7 billion, which is not which is not a small number of rail passengers. So congratulations on even further growth, and congratulations Willowglen Systems on your Global Growth Award of Distinction.